What's up, guys? I hope you liked that little demo of Archetype Gojira. So, fun fact, I recorded an entire video of me making the tones that you guys just heard in the demo. I sat down in front of the camera, turned on my screen recording, I made all these tones, and then I realized that my camera was out of focus the entire time. And I'm very upset about it. But instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through my tones that I made, and I'm gonna show you guys around, show you guys what I did, what I used. I will also make these tones available to download, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do instead. All right, let's start with the rip and rhythm tone. So in my rip and rhythm tone, I'm using this amp here. So this is the amp that loads up by default, right when you open up the plugin for the first time. And it sounds so beefy. I think by default it has the gain a little higher. I like to set my gain as low as I possibly can, but still get like nice high gain rhythm stuff. And then throw an overdrive in front. The overdrive, the distortion is all the way down. Tone a little over 50%. Level, I don't even think I touched the level. But yeah, it sounds really good. Low, you know what? Usually I roll back on the lows a little bit. But this amp is really bright. I noticed that the presence, usually I crank the presence pretty high, but when you do that on this amp, it's very bright. Crazy bright. So I pulled it back. And it sounds really good. And usually I have the lows. Typically, my typical amp settings would probably look something like this. It probably looks something like this, maybe the gain even lower. But for this amp, I realized that it's a bit different than what I'm used to. I'm not sure what amp it's like modeling. I didn't check or anything, but yeah, it sounds really good. And here's what I used for my cab settings. I used a 57 over here and the Ribbon 160 over here. I typically find myself reaching for the 57, usually on high gain stuff. Played around with the positioning a little bit. Don't want it right in front, like right in the center of the cone. It's like super bright and super hissy. So I pulled it off a little bit, and then on the other side, I've got the ribbon, which has got it's still bright, but it's a little warmer than the 57. And together, I think they complement each other. Yeah. So I just did a little bit of shaping. I didn't want to do anything too drastic. Cut down on the 2K. I thought it was a little bit harsh. I dipped a little bit around 250. It was kind of woofy. And then the low end I dipped a little bit because when I'm mixing, I'm probably just gonna high pass a little bit anyway. So yeah, that's my rhythm tone. So I made another version of my rhythm tone. I think I just made it maybe a little darker, and then I threw this octave pedal on it, and I didn't, I turned the mix all the way to the octave down. So all you can hear is that low octave, and it's so crazy. And now let's check out my lead tone. I like the sound of this amp a lot. While I was playing with this amp, I realized that it sounds really cool as a rhythm tone as well, especially when I flip my guitar to the middle pickup position. It sounds really good. Then when you turn on some delay, some reverb, sounds really nice up here too. this amp sounds really cool. You know, I'm realizing now that most of my amp settings are like right at 50 or near it. Did my mouse just die? Oh, this is just great. This is great. Okay, we're back. I stole my fiance's magic mouse, so hopefully it has a little bit of battery. There we go, we're good. Okay, I don't even remember where I was. What was I talking about? Anyway, this is the lead tone. I noticed that the amp settings are pretty close to 50, but that's okay. This is what I was using for the cab, just the 421. I don't have the other side activated. You know, typically I don't really care for the 421 on guitar, but I'm kind of digging it this time. I'm kind of digging it on the lead tone. So here I'm using the distortion instead of the overdrive pedal. Yeah, so that's my lead tone. And let's check out the clean sound. Very nice, very warm. Usually I tend to dial in a thinner, brighter, clean sound, but I noticed that this amp was kind of leaning towards like a warmer, thicker sound. So I did flip the bright switch on, but I still leaned into that like thick, warm sound. Yeah, so here are my amp settings. I can't remember what the default settings are for this amp. I did flip the bright switch on. I think I turned the gain down a little bit and boosted the low end. Turn the mid down, treble up, level. I'm actually not using the matching cab. I'm using the lead amp, or what I believe to be the lead amp. Someone let me know in another one of my videos that I can't remember which plugin I was using, but I switched the lead and the rhythm amps, but either way, it sounded good, in my opinion. Anyway, that's what I'm using on the cab here. Not blending at mics or anything. Although it would be cool to play around with maybe blending a couple microphones and then panning them left and right. That could have a cool sound. So I'm not doing anything on the EQ. I figure I'll do that in post when I'm mixing. I didn't think the tone itself needed any shaping in the plugin. So I put a little bit of chorus, really subtle. Not too... Just making it giving it a little more depth. Man, it's so warm. Yeah, very good. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe. And I do have these tones linked below. Check the description. You can download all these tones I used. You can tweak them up however you like. And yeah, see you guys next time.